the Trash Talk Tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2 wide banana seal.
You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Riley Puddin Peters, coming to you with the doctor, defensive backs quality control coach, Preston Rowe. This is the Trash Talk Tailgate, and we have the Detroit Lions versus the San Francisco 49ers for the NFC Championship. And man, oh man, this one looks like, well, if you ask Vegas, it looks like the 49ers they're going to take the Lions, they're going to put them in a cage, and they're going to, I guess, torture them, probably in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, the Vegas gave no love to the Detroit Lions and all the work they've done to get here. Honestly, that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Riley, we've been the only ones consistently talking about the Lions all year and saying how great we thought they'd be.
I mean, listen, dude. No one believed us. No one believed it. But there's just so many. They've got so many pieces. It's hard to kind of go against them. And I mean, listen, we're talking about the Lions have so many pieces, and the other team in this game is the San Francisco 49ers, who arguably have all the pieces. You know, like so.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a crazy matchup. Now, I think for me, you know, this game. Listen, once again, you go check out the AFC preview video. But this game, just like that game, is going to be in better weather. I mean, the Detroit Lions have had a cold playoff run, for sure.
They play in a dome.
They're going to, yeah, right. They play in a dome. You know, the actual game. You know, there's a lot going around too. It being cold affects you a lot of ways. Anyways, they do play in a dome though. But now they're going to be in Santa Clara, California, where it's going to be 69 at fucking game time, and that's nice.
That is nice.
So, you know, they get to have kind of a better condition. I don't know, man. This is one of those games where you're just sitting there and you're like, I mean, I see why. I see why the 49ers are so favored. Like, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
You know? But the Detroit Lions are just, they've been on a tear, and the only thing that seemed to stop them, I mean, in the past 5 games, the only loss they have was that 1-point loss to Dallas, which was just, I mean, the only thing that can stop them is bullshit.
Exactly. We're going to go through, like, you know, all the in-depth stats, you know, pretty soon, Riley. But just in your opinion, do you think this game is going to be a blowout in either direction, or do you think it's going to be a really close, tight game?
I think just because of the build of both these teams, the final score may not reflect how close the game was.
Okay.
But I have a feeling, and this is just the nature of old Uncle Mo. We talk about him a lot.
Yes.
But the nature of old Uncle Mo is, you know, especially with both these teams and the weapons they have, they can get rolling. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be a very close game until someone kicks the door open.
That's fair.
That's kind of how both these teams play in my mind. Like,
I think it'll be a close game. And here's the thing. Kyle Shanahan, until last week, was 0-30 in games going into the fourth quarter when he's down by 5 or more points. So in really close, tight games in the fourth quarter, until last week, he had never won one of those games. Which, for an offensive genius, that's very concerning.
I mean...
So now he's 1-30 in these games. And, I mean... I think I'm going to take the line. I'm leaning the Lions in this game just because I think it's going to be really close. I think the Lions find a way to pull it out because that's what they've done all year. And the 49ers have not consistently had to do that. If Jordan Love doesn't go full Brett Favre last week, and throw a horrible ball across his body, the 49ers are home right now. And it's the Packers in this game. You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. And, I mean, listen, we talked about it. Once again, go check out our AFC coverage. But we talked about it with the Ravens, where this just seemed like this feels like the year for them. Like, just the way everything's played out, it just feels like the year for them. Mm-hmm. And I think the same thing with the Detroit Lions. The way everything's kind of worked around them and just, like, going in the very first game of the season into Arrowhead, pulling a big win on the Chiefs, letting them know what's up.
Yeah. You
know, just everything, the whole season, the consistency. If you only lose 5 games in the NFL, like, that's amazing. Yes. I know people, like, any losses feels like, ew, you lost a football game, you must suck. But this is the NFL. Like, winning 12 games up to this point is a challenge. It's a task. Like, you have to do that. Yeah. Like, you don't just walk into a 12-win season. You got to work.
And here's the other thing, Riley. They're 6-3 on the road.
Yeah.
It's hard to win games, but it's really hard to win road games.
Yeah. Like, and I mean, we match that where the San Francisco 49ers are 5-3 at home. Yeah. These two, like, this matchup is a lot more even than anyone's giving them credit for.
I agree.
And now I will say, San Francisco has an amazing offensive line. So, a lot of the stuff that the Detroit Lions have been able to do on defense, I mean, this is going to be one of their bigger tests of all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's just the fact of it. But the Lions have an amazing offensive line.
Yes, they do.
And the 49ers, man, I mean, that's a tough defense. It's a very tough defense. But when you've got 2 running backs that will just, I mean, can cut massive plays on you in a snap, like really, and just boom, gone for 20, gone for a touchdown. You know, Jahmyr Gibbs has done it so many times. David Montgomery, he'll run. You know, they'll 3-down back him on you all day. They don't care. He doesn't care. He's got 219 carries this season. He just doesn't care.
And then, when you think you finally have the run game figured out, they'll throw it to Sam Laporta or Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, dude, I don't think people realize this. The Lions have the number 3 overall passing offense in the league at 259 yards a game. Jared Goff, especially behind that offensive line, was playing like an MVP most of the year. He's been really, he's been very efficient. He's been playing very well this year. And
I don't think he ever stopped playing like an MVP, but him and Lamar are going to duke it out for that battle, for that trophy.
And then, the Lions, they also have the number 5 scoring offense at 27 points a game. They have the number 7 rushing offense at 131 yards a game. Like, and the 49ers, they're top 5 in everything too. They're number 3 in scoring offense, 28.6. Number 4 in rushing offense, 139 yards per game. And they're number 4 in passing yards per game at 257. Here's where the discrepancy is. Like, this is like the major drop-off is on defense. So the Lions, they have the number 2 rushing defense at 8. They only allow 86 yards a game, which, that's pretty decent. Like, that's really good, especially how people think the Lions defense has played all year. A lot of people think the Lions defense is trash. Their pass defense is trash, but their run defense is really, really good. And that's going to be key because they have to shut down Christian McCaffrey. They have to try to shut him down. And
no matter how McCrafty he tries to get.
Dude, he is McCrafty, and that's going to be tough for the Lions. But here's the thing. The Niners have the number 3 rush defense at 92 yards per game. And so, you talked about David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. They're going to have to try to shut them down. And then here's the discrepancy, though. The 49ers have the number 3 ranked scoring defense, only allowing 17.7 points a game. The Lions, all the way down at number 23. Number 23 ranked scoring defense, 23.2 points, which that's about a touchdown difference. It's not that bad when you think about it, but in a really close game, a touchdown is a huge difference, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so but dude, like if you really look at those stats, these teams are built very similarly. You know, that they want to run the ball and they want to hit you with play action, and you know they're gonna take shots with Amon-Ra St. Brown. They love the tight ends with Sam Laporta, George Kittle, you know, and the other question mark is Deebo Samuel gonna play? Now he practiced on Thursday, and you know it says he was limited, so we'll see what happens with Deebo.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't think the Lions have been given the credit they deserve all year, and that really pisses
Absolutely
me
not.
off.
Yeah, that one really grinds my gears. But yeah, no, I mean, listen, it does feel very, very hard to go against the 49ers. Like, they're a perennial powerhouse at this point.
Yeah.
All season they've shown up and been consistent. And I think the real fact is if they show up and are consistent again, they should win this game. I think that is true. But Detroit has just slogged through this season, man.
Yeah.
Everything, nothing's been handed to them.
No.
They've had to just work and grind to the bone for every little bit of recognition that they've gotten. And now we're here in the NFC Championship, and Vegas and ESPN reporters, just media members in general, they're acting like this is game 2 of the season and the 49ers are playing Vanderbilt University.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Dan Campbell is the kind of coach that will say some shit that make you want to run through a wall for him. And I know he has got six stacks of billboard material every day. He's switching the board multiple times. Just read it, keep reading it. It's like, yeah, no, this is I gotta go for the Lions, man. I think Dan Campbell, he comes in and he cements a legacy with this game that I hope they can carry into the Super Bowl. But yeah, no, I think we're gonna see a Ravens-Lions Super Bowl, folks.
I agree. I really do agree. Like, I think the Ravens-Chiefs could potentially be not a blowout, but I think could potentially get out of hand. I don't think this game will get out of hand. I think this game is going to be really close, and I
think if it's really close, I think that benefits the Lions.
I agree. I 100% agree. That's why I brought up Kyle Shanahan being 1-30 when trailing by at least 5 going into the fourth quarter, which that's insane. Riley, you had some other crazy stats about the Lions, though.
I absolutely did, man.
Yeah.
There's some crazy stats about this. Like, one thing that Dan Campbell has came in and done is try to, I mean, I guess in a way steal possession, but steal opportunity from the other team. And with that, one thing that he's done is have a 52.5% success rate on 4th down conversions.
That's crazy.
They're 2 for 2 in this postseason alone for 4th down conversions, and they scored a touchdown on both of those 2 for 2 4th down conversions.
That's huge.
With that being said, on the season and including those 2 in this postseason already, Detroit has 13 4th down touchdowns. 13 touchdowns scored off of 4th down alone.
That's insane.
That is a tie for the most in NFL history.
That's fucking dumb, dude. Like, that's dumb.
I mean, yeah.
You know, like, Riley, I know you're going to get PTSD from me saying this, but you know what Dan Campbell is going to fucking do? I can just feel it, dude. I can 100% see Dan Campbell kicking an onside kick at some point in this game.
Oof.
Like a surprise onside kick.
The surprise halftime onside.
Yeah,
Take the Sean Payton playbook. The good old Nick Saban.
The good old Nick Saban, bro. Oh.
I mean,
told
it's
you,
the NFL,
bro.
So I guess it's got to be the good old Sean Payton.
It's got to be
but
Sean
the
Payton.
good old Nick Saban.
Yeah, dude. God,
Also, I got to talk about the one thing that, I mean, this is another thing. Like, we're talking about the Lions with the highest percentage of defensive back blitzing out of anyone in the league.
Yep.
It's another fun stat. I saw. It's just, listen, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. This is gonna be. It's a unique team that they've built over there, and I think they really do kind of throw a lot of people's mojo off, and I think they can do it again.
I mean, dude, Dan, you said it, dude. Dan Campbell is the kind of coach that if he gave a motivational speech about lighting yourself on fire, like dousing yourself with gasoline and running through a brick wall, you would do it.
You know, my mom used to always tell me that good old adage, you know, would you jump off a bridge with your friends if they were doing it?
Yeah.
And, you know, I also be like, no, I wouldn't do that. That's dumb.
Yeah.
But I'd jump off a bridge for Dan Campbell.
Dude,
If he gave me the right speech.
100%, dude. Like, I mean, we talked about it with the Ravens, dude. This just feels like the Lions' year. I mean, I mean, dude, and here's the other thing. If the 49ers play like they did against the Packers, the Lions are going to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, if the 49ers make those kinds of mistakes and don't play up to their talent level like they did against the Packers, the Lions are going to win this game. The only thing that I could see happening is if the lights are just too bright for the Lions, like, oh, it's the same old Lions, and they just completely shit the bed. I don't think that's going to happen. I really think this team has a completely different mindset than they have in the past, and that's why they're in the NFC Championship game.
For sure. No, and I mean, you know, on the field, I think that starts with Jared Goff, and I think Jared Goff at this point is too much of a veteran to get shaken by the lights.
I agree.
I just don't see it. And if he's playing great, they have enough weapons. He will find someone that's going to do something with the ball, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, so, yeah. I think we're both in agreement here, man. The Lions, man. A Lions-Ravens Super Bowl, I think, is that thing. That's what we're going to see.
I agree, man. Dude, I'm excited. I'm really excited, bro. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this game. This game is going to be one that not a lot of people like to watch, but I'm going to love it.
Dude, big
Defensive battles.
Dude, offensive line, defensive line play, battles in the trenches, bro. That's what football is all about.
Yeah. I mean, a great offensive mind in Shanahan versus someone that's kind of really brought themselves in is like, a blitzing mind for sure. A defensive run stopping and blitzing mind in Dan Campbell.
I
mean, really, all they got to do is tighten up that back end, and I mean, this team is one of the scariest teams assembled in the modern football.
All right, so Riley, we kind of talked about just real quick. We kind of talked about matchups in the last episode. Go check out the AFC Championship game preview here on the TTT. What are like specific matchups that you're excited to see kind of play out? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think one that we're gonna have. I think this is gonna be one that actually plays in pretty big. Aiden Hutchinson versus Trent Williams.
Yep.
And the reason why I highlight this matchup is, I love the silverback. Trent Williams is one of my favorite players. He once played for Washington, and listen, I learned that during that era. The man holds great pass rushers. He's guaranteed for two 10-yarders this game. I'm almost guaranteeing it. He's gonna get caught holding Aiden Hutchinson, and I appreciate Trent Williams for it. He'd rather get the holding penalty than let his quarterback take a shot. And hey, I'm one of the same opinion.
Yes.
But 10 yards negative is 10 yards negative. And then,
I mean, dude,
outside
if it's a key third down that they convert and then it gets called back,
yeah, or a touchdown, like any touchdown,
or
at
touchdown,
any point,
yeah,
that's his fucking go-to right there. Anyways, and then besides that, it's the Goff Purdy battle. It's the the wily vet versus the young, scrappy Mr. Irrelevant. And so, those are the two big matchups for me. I mean, but there's matchups all across the board. There's two great running backs. Great running backs versus great running defenses. That's through this whole through line. This whole game is a great matchup. Yeah. And that's why it pisses me off so bad that everyone's saying that the 49ers are such an over.
I agree.
It's crazy. Like these two teams, it's just that passing. That's the only difference is the passing defense. And honestly, in the past 6 weeks, the Lions have actually done a lot to tighten that shit down.
They have.
I think those stats are fucking blown from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
They
have tightened the fuck up.
They have. They really have. And so, no.
I think,
don't know, man.
Real quick, I'm going to say a matchup that I'm excited to see. So, you've got potential, in my opinion, he's right up there in terms of just scat backs, like just an explosive, just get him in space and just watch him work. Yeah, just let him work, dude. Just get him in space and let him work. And I'm talking about Jahmyr Gibbs. I love Jahmyr Gibbs coming out of the draft, dude. I thought he was the best all-purpose back coming out, But, dude, no one talks about him. I really feel like no one talks about him. The best coverage linebacker in the league is Fred Warner. How is Jahmyr Gibbs going to match up with Fred Warner? I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, no, what are they going to do, man? What are they going to be able to do against them? I mean, you assume the 49ers can put a game plan together, but we got to see it before we hear it.
Yeah, dude. So we both have the Lions and Ravens advancing, bro. That'd be a crazy Super Bowl.
That'd be a great Super Bowl, man. Let's all cross our fingers. All right. Well, this has been a great episode, brother. Everybody, please like, comment, subscribe, keep watching. This is the NFC and the AFC Championship week, man. This is a great week. After this, we got the Spooper Bowl.
Oh yeah, dude.
Keep the TT train's gonna keep rolling through. But for this episode, we gotta clean up and get out of here, y'all. Peace.